All right, now, my man, we live. We live. Hey, I want everybody to be greetings. Hey, this is Dante Bala. It's my man Deneen. Greet yourself, my man. Greet yourself.
Doing all right, man. How's everybody doing over your end, bro?
Man, everybody's lovely, my brother. Everybody lovely, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey, I'm kind of ready for the night.
Over your end, bro.
Oh yeah. Man, everybody's lovely. Okay, I need to. Everybody lovely. Let me down my other phone because I'm kind of playing as we go, doing my
Sound like I hear
editing.
echo. Is it me? Is it me?
Yeah, nah, I'm doing my editing session as we talk. I realize you gotta be
Oh, I feel
very
you.
multitasking with this shit. So
Yeah, you're
uh
good at that. I'll give you that much. You're definitely a multitasker.
yeah,
How's the
man. So
book coming along, though, man? How's the book? Talk to me about a little bit about what you got going on, man.
oh man, I finished the book today, right?
Hmm.
Man, like I killed it, man. It was it was a challenge at the beginning, but I was able to knock it out, man, pretty good.
Yeah,
Man, like what really took me so long to actually really finish the book is just the fact of the digesting the information.
yeah,
Man, it was tough because a lot of stuff was just it was real, it was raw, and it was no like restrictions on how the information was given. So there was
mm,
a lot of times where while I was reading it, man, I just really had to just stop because it just hit so hard. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? The information was very powerful, man. Just actually discussing our lineage, the suffering, the struggles we've all been through.
right.
Um, just how we was used in so many ways, man. And like I said, it wasn't one of those fun books. It wasn't one of those, hey, hey, let me, you know
Yeah,
what
it
I'm saying?
wasn't
No,
watered down or nothing like that. It was straight to the point, straight to the meat,
yeah,
right?
yeah, man, it
Mm,
was tough. So that's what really today I had to really sit back and really push myself to get through it. Literally push myself to get through it, man,
yeah.
because it's so much just heartening, tough information about us and the stuff we went through, man. As black people, it was tough. And just the just reading and kind of understanding the things that we gonna have to do as a culture that's gonna be damn near impossible for us to do based off of how planned and how well construction the system has been placed for us, that
Right.
is really has gotten a lock and hold because they place so many incentives. They've placed so many different constructs around us to where a lot of us will fold before we stand up on it. And
Right.
it's hard to read that, but like I say, even at the end of the book, you know what I'm saying, he plays different solutions and things that we as people need to do and should do, which would be like kind of the only way, which was true because he laid it out very proper. You know what I'm saying? The guy's very knowledgeable man. So I'm like, man, I had to really suck up that reality as
Yeah.
people, as black people, man, and the way we gotta really approach this stuff. A lot of us don't really want to accept that reality. Um, and that's why I say that's what you took
Well, I
me.
mean, when you think about it, it's systemic for a reason. You know, what I mean, it's systematic for a reason. It's this the system has been put in place thousands or not even thousands, but hundreds of years ago. You know, what I mean, and it's been developed over centuries. You know, what I mean,
Right.
so of course, like when you said that, I immediately thought about voting. You know, what I mean, and all the restrictions and all the stuff that they've been putting in place. You know, to keep us from voting for a long time. You know what I mean? When you think about like back in the day where you had to know somebody in order to be able to vote. You know what I mean? You had to be able to read certain things. And back in the day, like black people ain't know how to read. It wasn't really our thing. You know what I'm saying? But they put all these things in place because they knew that we already know that they can't handle this, so to speak. You know what I mean? But we overcame those and look where we're at now. So it's gonna take a lot for us to get to where we need to go. But I think we're resilient people. You know what I mean? So we're gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? I have no doubt.
Yeah, man. Over the I said the past week or two, man, just going through the book and processing things. One of the conclusions that I actually came up with, and I had to really accept reality. Um, and I was like, damn, man, maybe, what I'm saying. I kept trying to like figure out other plans and other things of a rational understanding. And one of the things that I actually came up with, man, people, we got to kind of change our thinking and our mindsets when it comes to the actual what's the word, like, I always talk about the whole, like, the waiting thing. We gotta wait on something, wait on somebody. And everybody, we always talk about, like, judgment day into the end and things is gonna be fixed.
Right.
And I really had to think about this, and I think us as a collective need to understand this part too. If that's the case, and we are waiting for Judgment Day and all these things, why do Judgment Day gotta resolve and fix this issue? Why do our end has to result to a win? And what I mean by that is, okay, let's just keep it real. Everybody else has been winning for years, for centuries, right? Everybody else has been winning. So you telling me in order for us to win, all of us gotta die. So everybody got celebration time, but in order for us to celebrate, we gotta die and nobody celebrates. Like, really think about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, our true answer is Judgment Day. All this is gonna come to an end, while everybody else been celebrating Super Bowls every year. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
right.
People gotta understand that. Why everybody else fight was to win and celebrate and gain and profit, and our solution to winning is for all of us to be judged and die at the end. And this is when it's all fixed. You get what I'm saying?
All supposed to. That's when it's all supposed to flip. And I mean, I definitely, I think that's more of a biblical answer. You know what I mean? Because the Bible definitely talks about that. And I can't say that I don't personally believe it just because I'm a religious person. You know what I mean? I believe in God and I believe in His Word. But you know what I mean? I agree with you. It definitely has to be something else. You know what I mean? It has to be a period before that where things come to a head, where we come and change as a people, organize and create what we want to see, happen, that we constantly talk about. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. You know what I mean? That's definitely a good question.
Yeah. And let's I know we kind of a little bit off topic, but damn it, we're gonna be off topic. We get on topic.
That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it.
We'll get on topic later. Okay, so check it. This is my thing. Like, I believe in God. I believe I have a great unified connection with Him because I am of God. I am God-like. So, like, I don't lean 100% forward on religion because religion was man-made. So I never associate my relationship with I don't associate my relationship with God with religion. I take religion as education, just like I take education in school as education in school, but I still use street smarts and I still use
my self-educating, school of hard knocks.
Right. And my own personal instincts that God gave me to have those. He also placed common sense in me as well. So I use those things more than I rely on another man's cultivated biblical beliefs, as which, like I said, I take that as studies, because I would study Catholic, I would study Baptist, I would study Mormonism, I would study Hebrew and Hebrew Palestinites and Muslim. I would study these things. They are studies because they are parts of the journey. And every religion has its own history of stuff that, yes, I feel like we should know and understand. That's one reason why I always tell Baptist people, you're the person that preaches and pastors to you should have a strong understanding of the Hebrew language. And the reason why I feel that is, for one to preach biblical, you need to understand the original biblical language, which is Hebrew. You dig what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we can't talk this talk if you really ain't did that work. You know what I'm saying? Even for me, that's one thing I think in the next year, because right now I'm kind of focused on starting my business and I'm trying to getting my wife on her own business and stuff. But I know next year one of my biggest focus is going to be learning a different language. Most likely is going to be the Hebrew, so I can actually study the Hebrew biblical. Because guess what? That is the original versions of the book that was never
Right.
revised. And it's
Right.
like
The
that's
original
another
script.
thing, right? That's another thing is like why we got a book that's so revised. Why are you relying on a book that's been revised so many times? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
People
why
been in there washing it down, making it something that fits their perspective and stuff like that.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That's another thing we gotta understand and wake the hell up on. If God if it is what it is and it was said what it was said, then why do we have to change it?
Right.
You
Why?
know what I'm
Because
saying?
because people religion and this again, this is I'm no scholar. I'm just my opinion. But people have been using religion, as a weapon, as a tool, to control the masses for a long time. Because I think we all as human beings have a moral compass, that we follow, and religion is somewhat that moral compass. You know what I mean? So if we hear that, oh, okay, God said this or this word came, God said this. I put those in quotations. You know what
Right.
I mean? We're ultimately going to take that as okay. That's where my moral compass needs to lie. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
people have been taking advantage of that for years. You know what I mean? They'll paraphrase certain texts and make things so it sounds a certain way. I believe that's how a lot of a lot of people use that to get slaves over to this country, and use that to control slaves as they were here, what I mean, for centuries. So yeah, it's something that has been taken out of context, put into different context, and just distorted at this point. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's crazy, man, because it's like what one thing that hurts my heart is the fact that blacks were the easiest to enslave. You know what I'm saying? Like people gotta understand they try to enslave every race. They try to enslave whites, and
Mm,
whites fought. You know what I'm saying? They fought. They couldn't enslave them because Arabs and stuff try to slave them. You dig what I'm saying?
mm,
Like they try to slave whites, and whites fought. They tried to enslave um Asians. Asians fought. Hell, even the Indians fought. That's why they couldn't enslave. They had to kill them because
mm.
they couldn't enslave them because they fought. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's one reason why they couldn't enslave Hades because they fought. They used all kinds of skills and voodoo and things like that. Which to me, a lot of people also check it. All people, it's crazy, man. Everything they say is bad is good, and everything they say is good is bad. And that's one thing that mainstream always used to down voodoo and stuff like that. But guess what? Voodoo is
Yeah.
actually what keeps the Hades winning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because of those strengths and them powers and spells that they cast. You dig what I'm saying? But in
Right.
mainstream America, like I said, whatever's bad is good and whatever's good is bad. That's how you gotta look at it. Because
Yeah,
that's how
and
you
like
think of
it goes back to what we were saying, is that it's that mental warfare, man. It's really
yeah.
that mental warfare that they've been putting on us. So when you think about it, man, like, and as you said that, yeah, they fought and they fought back. I feel like we also fought back too, but they found another way. They had to go back to the drawing board and find another way to get us, which was like we said, it was that mental warfare as far as controlling us through religion, controlling us through just different practices to break us down. You know what I mean? So it wasn't really just a warfare thing, well, as far as weapons and violence, but it was breaking down the biggest slave. You know what I mean? In order to set everybody else in line. It was the church. It was having that one preacher. You know what I mean? That tell you to stay in line, or the master's gonna get you, or you're not going to heaven. You know what I mean? All those things mess with your mental, what I mean, and setting you separate from everybody else. So, it was definitely deep ingrained as far as like the warfare. And I don't think we ever got on that page. What I mean, we never got on that page. I think it was mainly because we're such a, I don't want to say timid, but we're such a loving culture. What I mean, we would never expect nothing like that from anybody. So you definitely caught off guard, and yeah, it has been our downfall. I'd agree.
Facts. Hey man,
Mm-hmm.
you know what you just did?
Mm.
You just helped me create a segue to
Uh-huh.
separation.
Oh, okay.
Uh, this is the segue of separation to where what you just explained, how they kept us in line anytime we thought about fighting, and that is by separation.
Hmm.
This is what we gotta understand and relate to how we kept falling, even when some did want to fight, while we kept falling. The
Right.
beginning was the tribal leaders, all the tribal leaders in every you know what I'm saying, every country in Africa, because Africa is a continent. People gotta understand that. In every area,
Hmm.
in every area, they tried to they bought off all the tribal leaders. All the
Hmm.
tribal leaders sold out. And once again, you gotta think about it. It's still like that now. You know what I'm saying? So the tribal leaders sold out. Then once we got here and we tried to fight, they had different incentives for the blacks that told. You know what I'm saying? They got different.
Right.
Some people got freedom based off of the snitching thing,
Right.
of the
Right.
selling
Right.
out
Right.
with their people. They got their freedom for selling. You know what I'm saying? Or some got their freedom for hunting us down. You know what I'm saying? It was different little incentives that was put in place for them to sell out. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's what kept
Right.
us in
Yeah.
that game. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Also
what's
what
crazy
kept,
though? I mean
yeah,
to interject really quickly, just because I want to keep that thought. But it's the
yeah,
same thing that's happening today. When you think about just the music industry, you think about people that hit a certain rank in life, and instead of helping the next man get to where they're at, they kind of separate themselves because they got the prize now. You know what I mean? So that just made me think of that when you said that, because it's a monetary thing, it's a money thing, it's a reward thing that keeps people to shut up once they get to a certain point. Because when you think about like and not to take any away from Diddy, you know what I'm saying, because he does a lot for our people, but I feel like when he got to a certain level financially, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't as important to, you know what I'm saying, help the black people as much as, we should have, you know what I mean? Because
right.
he's been fitting off of us, you know what I'm saying? He had a certain group of people funding him money, funneling him and stuff like that. And not just Diddy. And I probably shouldn't use him as an example because, like I said, he does a lot for the black community. But just people, when they get to that certain status, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to look back, you know what I mean, or help the next person, you know what I'm saying, just because, oh man, I don't want to mess up my gravy train, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess up what I got going on, so it's a tool, and money's been used as a tool as well, to keep us separated.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's that the practices and the policies that they placed in. All they did was critique it a little bit. They
Hmm.
they they modified it, put some paint on it, changed the little things here and there, but it's still the same practice. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, because even when it comes to when the separations of male female relation, um, we still have it where it's like the the nature of um submission, the nature of listening, the nature of these things are very valuable. Where back in the slavery days, the man was disrespected. They was taught to be looked bad upon. You know what I'm saying? They always kept, you know what I'm saying, kept the woman close bay and had the men out there or killing them, or at least. So over time through the traumas and stuff, we always had built that mental of not wanting to submit, of that disrespect mindset, just based off the traumas and the things that we have went through over time, to where
Right.
it's like it's hard for a woman to submit to a man, just based off of the mentality of the negative stereotype from then on. That trauma has always carried.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it takes, sometimes it's hard, or it takes a lot to build that complete trust and that complete submission in a woman based off of that initial mindset that they already have.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they females, and I specifically, every time you say something, I think about I think about certain things. I thought about my mother and what she had to do to raise, these raised two kids by herself. You know what I mean? She had to be headstrong. She had to be, you know what I mean? She had to be a leader. But why was that? Because, you know what I'm saying, my father wasn't in the household, you know what I'm saying? So somebody had to hold it down. How many situations, you know what I mean? And again, this all goes back to systematic because we look at it from that standpoint. Yeah, there was a separation. The man is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. But why haven't they been doing what they're supposed to be doing? You know what I mean? I feel like we've been spending so much time just out here looking for opportunities that haven't been there, you know what I mean? And because of that, you know what I mean, it kept us out of the households, but you know what I'm saying, in search of opportunities to take care of our families. And when we didn't find it, we were more so embarrassed, you know what I mean, to admit that, oh, we don't have these, I can't take care of my family, so what am I going home to? You know what I mean? And that's kind of what we've been looking at for generations and generations. It's not just that, you know what I mean, men have been out here shooting shit and not really, you know what I'm saying, just on the corner drinking brews and not taking care of their family. I mean, some of us have been really out here working, man, really out here working, and because of the fact that we're trying to chase a nickel, you know what I'm saying, we're not focused on what's going on in our household. You know what I'm saying? It's been keeping us out of our household. So yeah, it's systematic, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, real talk. Um, with it, it's just over time. We got to. It's just the whole mindset of, and I still see it a little bit here and there where we still not acknowledging the difference of the whole I'm tired of these niggas or nigga
Mhm.
that niggas this, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
like you gotta understand, like, okay, what is it you want then? Do you want a man or you want a nigga? Because if you
Mhm.
tired of niggas, then stop dating niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of simple.
Mhm.
What people, cause and then on top of that, we gotta stop thinking niggas as just black men. Because to me, niggas could be any color. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I
stop
kind of agree.
we gotta
Mhm.
stop that narrow that equation that black equal nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No, because niggas is it's a whole different negative stereotype that
Mhm.
I don't address myself as, and I'm pretty sure you don't address yourself as. So
Mhm.
when women speak this talk, we gotta come correct in the knowledge of what it is and correct yourselves. And on top of that, we all understand that hey, words are spells. So when you speak that, you speak what you speak that of existence. So that's what you're gonna always be in your energy because that's what you speak of. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But if you always continue the positive verbiage and not the positive imageries and things like that, then that positive energy will be in your aura. You see what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
but when you all day every day talking negative this, negative that, degrading this, degrading that, then that's gonna always be stay in your aura. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Well, for me, I know I use the word. I grew up using the word, and
yeah,
you know, I mean, it takes on so many different meanings, so many different connotations. You know, what I mean, until I realized that negus. I'm not sure if you ever heard of niggas as negus. You
yeah,
know,
nice.
spelled that. Yeah, yeah. You know, what I mean,
Yeah,
I had to shift. I had to shift my paradigm at that point. Was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? They again, just like we talked about the bad being good and the good being bad, they flip this word that's meant to mean kings and queens and emperors, you know what I'm saying, of our nation into a word that is completely derogatory, it's completely negative, you know what I'm saying, from their standpoint. But then we flipped it back around and made it something of a term of endearment when we address each other, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And at the same token, you know what I'm saying, we use it to address stupidity within character traits, you know what I'm saying? So the word is taking on so many different meanings over the years, you know what I'm saying? So many different connotations. But it's not something that we accept from, you know what I'm saying, other races when they address it to us, you know what I'm saying, because we know what it means from them, You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely shouldn't be using it within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because if we feel that way when someone outside of our race says it, we should feel the same when we say it to each other. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, cool. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. Hey,
Hmm.
let's jump. Let's jump on these social media distractions and
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah. Because they're a big distraction. I mean, even though we're on it right now, you could be used for good, but yeah.
But how often is it used good versus bad? You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah.
Like, think about it. Like right now, we're talking about extremely positive, self-aware, self-conscious stuff,
Right.
and a lot of people ain't gonna be looking at it. But just say we was on here listening to like some rap music in the club, got
Oh yeah. If we
alcohol.
was talking about that WAP now, if we was
Yeah.
talking about that WAP, you know what I'm saying? People be all over it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, we'll do
Yeah.
adult stuff. We'll be popping right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We'll be popping because that's where people's mindset is at. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
Their mindset.
We gravitate, and I think we talked about it last week. We just gravitate to negativity for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why I think that's why social media, you know what I mean, we love it, you know what I'm saying? We love it because it gives us our daily dose of ignorance, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It gives us that daily dose of foolishness, if you ask me. So that's why Instagram and TikTok is popping right now, you know what I'm saying, versus some intellectual conversation because it takes us away from what really needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? It takes us out of our reality for at least a moment. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Real talk, man. Like that's why when they like all they say like food for thought. You know what I'm saying? And man, when I can get full, man. Like just from learning, I can get full. I can tell I'm full. I'm like, man, I gotta lay down and digest this. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
Because it's supposed to be like that. But when you're doing a lot of ignorance, you never get full. You always feel empty. You always feel incomplete. And why?
Hmm.
Because you're eating dead nutrients. You know what I'm saying? You eating up but waste. You ain't doing nothing
Facts.
but waste, which equates to waste of time. When you're wasting your time, trust me, like you could be just being ignorant all day long, and your day will go by and you will never know it.
Right.
You'll be
That's right.
damn where the time went. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
waste. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All that waste, man. And you have nothing to show for after it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts.
Chasing it.
As opposed to when you have something that's informative, something that challenges your mind, it sticks with you. You know what I'm saying? Like some good food, it sticks with you, sticks on them ribs, got you
Yeah, man.
thinking about it, got your mind going in a couple different directions. Like, man, that was powerful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It just takes your mind in different directions as opposed to the negativity. Like you said, you're constantly searching for more of it because it's not filling you up. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah, like you said, it's just garbage.
Yeah, yeah. And it can become an addiction because you continue to chase the dragon. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You know how I say, you chase the dragon. And that's what happens. You'll start trying to chase the dragon and you'll never get to it. But you
right,
keep chasing it to a point of where you can't stop yourself from touching the phone. You can't stop yourself from getting online. You can't stop yourself from getting the video game controller. You can never tell yourself no and manage it. Like a lot of people don't know how to manage their social media,
their
their social
distractions. Yeah.
their distractions, your vices, things
Hmm.
like that. We don't know how to manage it, and sometimes it could be it could be due to the parenting, because your parents don't teach you how to manage time, manage how you use your time, manage what is wasting your time, what is not waste your time. If you don't teach those things and educate those things, then when most of us get out here in this world, it's pretty much like bumper cars out this joint. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
nobody know where they going, nobody knows how to do it, and then all of us click up And what happens is the dynamic of that is when you start clicking up with other people that think like that, then when you get around that one oddballer, not 8 times or 7 times out of 10, that pressure can cause that one positive influence to affect and make that person negative, and then that positive is gone. That's why there's
Mm-hmm.
strength in numbers. Because if at least a couple of y'all got that same positive wide mind frame, you can overcome that negativity. But when them numbers double up, man, that positive ain't got, especially kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't got a shot.
Yeah.
You go all to the end of it.
Just like anything, man. If you you know what I'm saying, you are the sum total of the 10 people that you keep around you. You know what I'm saying? So if you are keeping 10 fools around you, you're most likely going to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? If you're keeping 10 intellectual people around you, you're most likely going to be one of them, because you're constantly going to be feeding off each other. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think Jay-Z said it. If every person in your clique is rich, your clique is rugged. You know what I'm saying? If every
Fact.
person in your clique was smart, your clique is rugged. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, y'all are gonna constantly elevate each other. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to if y'all are negative, y'all are constantly gonna be trying to bring each other down. You know what I'm saying? Because the crab and the crabs and the bear mentality, that's where it lives right there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't want to see that next person elevating you, because you like, man, what is this fool talking about? This is talking
Right.
about some smart stuff, bro. You talking about something smart? You need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Go find some smart people. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you are who you hang around.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's the everybody gotta follow something, man. And that's the thing. It's like people will follow you into a damn burning building for real nowadays, because a lot of people have no problems going through fantasy land instead of opening their eyes and understanding what the reality is. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
less painful. It's less work, which actually
Yeah,
in reality is actually more work down the line, because once reality slaps you or punch you in the face, then you know what I'm saying, it is what it is
yeah.
at that point. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So
The
it's
sink or
like,
swim, the sink or
oh
swim
yeah,
at that point.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Hmm.
oh yeah. And I see it all the time, man. And it's just we gotta start learning how to accept warnings, and that's one thing we don't. And I hate doing absolutes, but I think we are in these times where is less awareness than it has ever been when it comes to being aware when you're in danger for real. Because it's
Hmm.
like we keep reverting that all we gotta do is wait, or everything is gonna be okay soon, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
No, like we gotta realize that hey, this is a warning sign. Wake up. Let's go. Let's get to reality. And a lot of us is not waking up,
yeah.
and we so focused on fixing it when it's our once the bad happens, instead of doing it before it happens.
Being proactive. That's what I always say, man. I've been saying it for years, that there's always warning before destruction, but you can't panic. You know what I'm saying? You definitely
Right.
can't panic. You got to heed that warning. You know what I'm saying? And you got to move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Because destruction is coming, and when you get to that point, it's like you can't say you haven't been warned. You know what I'm saying? You really can't. When destruction hits, you can't say that you weren't warned. It's just a matter of what you do with that warning. Did you overlook it, or did you take it into account? Did you take it and run with it? You know what I'm saying? So it's like yeah, you definitely got to watch out. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to be proactive. You definitely have to see the little signs of the bigger destruction coming, and try to make an adjustment, make a shift to get out of its way. You know what I'm saying? So
No doubt. No doubt. Yo, we're gonna have to go. We about to wrap it up now. We're a little bit over, but not as bad as we normally be.
oh yeah,
Uh,
man. Shoot, we were getting into it sometimes, man, but that's all good, bro. It's all
oh
good.
yeah,
I love these conversations. I can't lie, man, because like you said, man, we don't have too many people willing to have these type of conversations, man. We want to talk about basketball, and we ain't had basketball in so long, or sports, but that's what we want to talk about. We don't realize that things are shifting. You know what I'm saying? We need to shift the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Real talk. Real talk.
Hmm.
You know, still sharp and still, like you said earlier. So let's be men and talk men. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
let's not be boys talking boy shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's it.
Um, but hey, you got a final thought, final word you want to say?
Yeah, man. Shoot, I think my final thought is gonna be heed the warning, you know what I'm saying, and act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that really stuck out with what we've been talking about tonight. Because there's a lot of warning signs. If 2020 wasn't a warning for what's to come, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what is, because like you said, I don't think things are gonna get better without us actively pursuing better for ourselves and for our children and for the next generation. So yeah, we just got to keep running, man. Keep going in the right direction, and keep these conversations flowing.
My final thought is this: men be men, women be women, and when we get together, great things happen. Gods be gods, gods and goddesses be goddesses, and we can build empires if we want, or we can fall like the Roman Empire. But it's up to us to decide who are we. Are we gonna be godlike, or are we gonna be peasants? That's the question that we gotta start asking ourselves. So until then, let's start thinking about that question. And
Big
I'm
facts.
done.
Big facts.
I'm
Big
done.
facts. B. Big facts. Well,
So yeah.
shoot, man. Until next time, my brother.
Hey, peace of love, my brother. Peace of love,
Let's
everyone.
get it. Let's get it.